Good morning, my darlings. My name is Victoria and this is Veritas Tarot. I love to do readings for love, obviously love of another, but most importantly love for oneself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup, hence my cup of tea tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a Six of Cups soulmate reading for you, so I'm pulling 6 cards. And I do that in the belief that whoever is meant to see these cards and resonate with them will do so in divine timing with Spirit. Spirit will guide them here at the right time. If it doesn't resonate with you, please don't try and make it fit. There are many other fabulous readers out there for you to listen to. So I'm going to start with the first card, which is where you are right now in your life and how you're perceiving and feeling about things. And you have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is very much a kind of holding on card and not letting go. I think whatever's happened to you, you're very protective of your heart chakra. I feel like you're being very quiet at the moment. You don't really want to speak too much. And I think there are some concerns, a little bit of concerns financially as well. But you have the fourth pentacle here, which is on your crown chakra. You know, you are receiving advice from Spirit. And one of the main things Spirit will be saying to you at this time, or is saying to you at this time, is to let go and let God. Allow things to flow the way they're meant to flow. I always talk about the analogy on a river, that you're on a boat on the river, and you lift the oars, and the oars are your controlling oars, your fear, your anxiety, and you allow God, the universe, to take you where you're meant to go, because once you release and let go and let God, all the amazing things that are all lined up for you, all the things, the surprises and delights that you deserve, they're all waiting to come in. But you have to let go. You have to let go of the outcomes. You have to let go of the how and the when and the who and the why. You just let go. And there is a great release in doing that as well. And it brings you an awful lot of peace. So that's sort of where you are at the moment. Where your soulmate is, where they're kind of perceiving life and what's happening around them. They have the Five of Wands, and this is a sort of conflict card. It's sort of, you know, what I call it, like the hamster wheel in the mind, you know, all these emotional thoughts and feelings, and it's about being in conflict with oneself about what to do and how to do it. It talks about arguments. I do feel that there has obviously been with, you know, if you see here that I said you were, you know, quite quiet and keeping things back, and you're not talking to them about how you feel. And when people say fine, you know, I'm fine, I know I'm fine, it means feelings inside not expressed. So that's what you're not doing. You're not expressing your feelings. And there is an awful lot of miscommunication around your soulmate. So if that's with you or with another. But, and what happens when we're in this mindset is we believe things happen to us, not for us. So there's a great lot of resentment and anger and hurt about why could somebody behave the way they're doing. But remember, people don't want to hurt us. Everybody deals with in their life from their own cloudy lens of life, their own lens of life. Nobody lives 1 second of your life except for you. And it's the same for your soulmate. So whatever they are going through at the moment, it's because they're being triggered to heal emotional wounds. And it's hard. It's really hard to do that. But they're in a space. It's almost like I feel like it's like a sort of tower moment coming, and they don't know quite what to do or how to do it or where to do it, and they're not getting any peace at the moment. How you're feeling about your soulmate, you've got the Knight of Swords. So having gone from from the Four of Pentacles, not wanting to say anything, deep down inside you, that feeling behind that feeling behind that feeling, you know, having on the surface going, no, I'm fine, feelings inside not expressed. That's what you want to do. You want to come rushing in, and it's making you very nervous to do this, but you want to speak your truth. And you want to have an honest conversation, but you're not quite sure how or why or when to do it. And one thing I've learned, which is just always fabulous, is whenever I'm not quite sure what to say, I always say thank you. Thank you for the right words. And I let those words come. And I don't try and overthink it or overanalyze it. Sometimes when the words come, and I think at the time, oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. I can't remember what I said afterwards, because this is, you're talking from your higher self, and that is your sword. That is your clarity. That is your truth. And the white horse also represents that peace and coming at it from a very, soul space rather than a mind space. So I know that there are things that you do want to say. But there are also things that he or she wants to say to you, because how he or she feels about you is the Page of Wands. So if you look in terms of what's going on in their life, so you've got the 5 wands to the 1 wand. So whatever he or she is taking from this time in their lives right now, they are getting some clarity. They are getting what I call this receiving thought. They are getting that kind of recognition and understanding, and that thought that goes, oh, okay, and that's a thought that's been given by God, by your soul, to help us on our journey. There is love there with your soulmate. They may not be able to express it very well. It might be slightly immature. It may be something that you think, well, that's not good enough. But remember, just because somebody doesn't love you the way you want them to love you doesn't mean to say they don't love you with everything that they are. And I do feel, particularly with Spirit's Advice card, which is the next card, and actually he's facing, and this is the advice for you, and he is facing her. So there is a lot of love there for you. Just doesn't quite know how to say it sometimes. And it might exasperate you. But remember, everybody's on their own journey. And everybody has different ways of doing things. And a lot of things that people do are from behaviours, conditioned behaviours, where they've learned to do it from a very young age. And they're not really even aware of doing it. So if you can have that understanding and compassion, and don't judge so much in terms of how they may have hurt you, but don't judge yourself either. Forgive yourself and forgive them, because that allows this great healing to come in between you. And they do love you. The advice from Spirit for you is the Queen of Cups. You are a very empathic, generous, kind, beautiful soul. And Spirit is saying to you, let go, let God. Be who you are, okay? Move from this to this. Do you see she's focusing on that 1 cup? That's your self-love. That's your self-worth. Heal the inner child that is there. Talk from a place of peace. Talk to your soulmate from that place of peace. And don't try and control how it happens. Do you see she's just being there in the receiving mode? She knows that she's, this is what she deserves. She knows her worth, and he's coming in to see her. So allow things to happen in divine timing in the way they're meant to happen, is advice from Spirit. And then lastly, this is what's coming in for you, which is so lovely. You've got the Star card. And the Star card only appears when you've gone through that dark night of soul, that transformative period, where you've really, as I called it, onion peeled, which can make you cry, and peeled off layers and layers and layers and layers of yourself to understand yourself better. Because all of the answers that we have are not without, they're within. So you'll go without if you look without of yourself, but you go within, you'll find everything that you need. And what this card also says to me is that, see, she's looking at the reflection here. Whatever you and your soulmate have come together, and whether you're together or not together, you have been brought together by God. Soulmates, a lot of the time, come together to help us heal those inner wounds. They are the triggers that allow us to step out of that bramble bush and say, rather than this is the bramble bush, so rather than getting caught up in this, to step away and to say, well, why is this happening for me? What am I meant to learn and grow and evolve from this? And that's where you come to that place of peace. Sorry about my little doggies. That's where you come to that place of peace, because you're understanding, and you're understanding also that you equally are the trigger for your soulmate too. And these stars here, they represent that this is divinely guided. It's divinely protected as well. And it also talks about chakra healing as well. So I don't know if you've had any Reiki, but if you haven't, then Spirit's advice is to look at getting some Reiki, because Reiki energy healing is extraordinary to unblock all of those chakras within you and allow you that flow to move forward. And you are, again, with a little winged messenger here, you are being guided, as I said, by Spirit with this. And I will say one last thing on this, that when things don't happen the way we want them to happen, it's because God knows when it's the right time for us. So if something's not happening for you, then you're being protected at that time, because it means somebody else isn't ready and you're not ready, and there are more lessons to learn. But I do feel this is the star is like a rebirth card as well. It's completely going back, and it's about you being vulnerable. You know, that self-love and self-understanding and knowing that you're worthy, that leads to that great healing. So let go and allow this healing to come in. Allow the universe to bring in for you what you need at the time that you need it. That could be soul family, you know, support, etc. Remember your soulmate loves you, but just remember that they're also on their journey, and allow them the space and the time to evolve at the pace that they're meant to. So I hope that has helped somebody. And if you have any comments, I'd love to see them in the comments box below. And thank you, Virgo, for listening. And I look forward to seeing you next week, darling. Thank you. Bye-bye.